Question 1. Can you introduce yourself?
I am Josh and I'm the Army Special Forces Commanding Officer.
Question 2. What made you want to join the Army Special Forces?
I was serving in an instructor unit at the time and got a bit bored of instructing. I've always been more of an instructor and a leader rather than someone who's good at combat. I then decided to try out for ASF so I can take up on a challenge and experience what they have to offer.
Question 3. During your time in Special Forces, are there any harsh challenges you faced?
Some harsh challenges I've faced within my time within the Special Forces would probably be my time as Charlie Company C staff. Charlie Company was a small company under the 1st Special Forces group. It had 2 detachments. We were working towards opening up the 10th Special Forces group because at the time we were just instructors within one company. Had everything planned, but we kept on getting set back due to people not being interested in instructing. Most people join ASF for combat. In the end, we ended up opening up the 10th Special Forces group and it's been doing well ever since.
Question 4. What are your proudest achievements during your time as the ASF CO?
My proudest achievements during my time as ASF CO would probably be getting our combat status back up. Other than that, there's also things like shutting down Task Force and reopening the 5th Special Forces group. I think that was a really good change. At the time, Task Force was under ASF, but they're like left out from everything, basically. They couldn't get the SF tab from SFQC and they couldn't get the CSIB either. We decided to shut it down, open up 5th, and it's been a really good change. They're the biggest unit in ASF at the moment and probably the biggest milsim unit in USAR at the moment. But we couldn't have done it without the group staff and company staff there.
Question 5. Are there any plans for Army Special Forces?
Recently, the 1st Special Forces Group G staff have been plotting to revamp Bravo Company. At the moment, Bravo Company is just war games. They want TPS to be moved from our designated fighter squad, which is just an elite squad, into Bravo Company. We have been hiring lots of staff within Bravo who can help us with TPS, and we think this could really work. That's probably the biggest plan we have at the moment.
If you had to give advice to the new members joining USAR for the first time, what would it be?
I'd say explore what the different divisions have to offer to you in terms of things like combat, instructing, policing, and so on. I'd also recommend to try getting some badges and ribbons while you're serving in them units. Once you find out what you like, what you want to do for the rest of your time in USCR, you should just settle in that division and try rank up there. I'd also recommend trying to make some friends in the division while you're there so you're not lonely.
Question 7. What first inspired you to join USAR, and did you ever imagine you would end up where you are now?
What first inspired me to join USCR was a YouTube video. At the time I was in a British army and I just saw the game being advertised in this video I saw. So I joined the base and checked it out and I took a liking to it. So I ended up joining NPC after like a week or 2. I'd never imagined that I'd end up becoming the Special Forces Commanding Officer, but I'm glad I did, as I've met many good people who I talk to daily along the way of my journey here, such as Elijah Deceptionist, Elvin Red, and much more. It's been really good.
Question 8. What is one misconception people have about ASF or its purpose?
One misconception people have about ASF that I see on a daily, if not hourly basis, would be people calling our community toxic and refusing to join ASF because of this. I can guarantee you 100% if you join ASF there's a little to no toxicity because myself and other HighCom remove any toxic people. We have a really good community here where you can sit in voice chats for hours while doing events and just have fun. I think it's great here and I definitely don't think it's toxic.
Question 9. During the latest war games, what preparation did the division make and what are your comments about the final result?
Some preparations the division made for the war games would be making detailed plans to follow, making documents with people's war game specialties, tons of war games, practice events, and much more. The final, it was great. We won it from like a 10 or 11 v14, which came down to a 2v2 in a small compound. But then obviously one of our personnel ended up cheating in a scrim later on. Qualification was rather devastating for me and ASF, as we worked really hard to win it and prepare for it. The individual has been removed from ASF and we're continuing to ensure ASF has no cheaters in it. And if you're caught cheating, you'll just be removed because it ruins the experience for other people.
Question 10. What are your thoughts on the current state of ASF?
Despite this time being the start of school for people, we are doing really well. I was expecting tons of personnel and staff to discharge because of school, but instead of losing numbers rapidly, we gained numbers rapidly. The 1st Special Forces Group currently has 43 members, the 5th Special Forces Group has 60, and the 10th Special Forces Group has 30. We're doing really well in numbers and I'm proud of that. Aside from our numbers, our official deployment record is about to be 100 wins to 1 draw. I think that's a very good record and I think we're doing great as a whole in ASF at the moment.
Question 11. What are your future plans in USAR as a whole?
My future plans will be to stay in ASF for as long as I can. I've got no intent to resign. As I've mentioned in one of the questions before, ASF is the division I enjoy most. It has lots of options for people and me, and it has all my friends here. I love the community and I could never see myself leaving here. My main goal at the moment would be to hopefully achieve command staff in ASOC one day. But for now, I'll just keep working with ASF and continuing to make it the most elite unit in USAR.
Question 12. If you weren't serving as the ASF CO right now, what command/division in USAR would you most want to try?
If I was not serving as the Army Special Forces CO, I'd most likely stay in ASOC. I'd likely try out 160 at SOAR, because I like the fact that they can just hop on the base and fly around whenever they feel like it, and I think it'd be pretty fun.
Question 13. What legacy do you want to leave behind at the Special Forces?
I'd want to leave behind a legacy of a reputation of ASF being known as the most elite unit within USCR at all things, including TG, wargames, milsim, raids, and instructing. Being someone that people can come to and approach about anything, even if they're just looking for a small talk on voice chat. And finally, decisions that aged well, such as the opening of 10th Special Forces Group and the opening of 5th.